the Nerd Herd crew, talking movies and games, yeah, we've got the view. Theme parks calling with that thrill seeker vibe, vacations planned and our geek hearts thrive. We're the Nerd Herd, loud and proud, geeking out we draw a crowd. From cruises to consoles and everything rad, we're living the dream in our nerdy pad. Lightsabers clash and controllers click, Marvel debates and board game tricks, Disney rides and coasters scream, living life like a nerdy dream. We're the Nerd Herd, loud and proud, geeking out we draw a crowd. From cruises to consoles and everything rad, we're living the dream in our nerdy pad.
What is up, everybody? Happy Sunday. I do not know what was going on. I wish I did. As far as our technical difficulties are concerned, we hit the go live button, and the second we did, it just started spinning and wasn't going on. So we ended that and then came back in, and it started. Thank goodness. So hopefully everybody will make it in. I don't know if it created new links for us or new streams. So, please, if you can, try to direct folks in here, moderators, if you have that ability, bring people in so that they don't miss it. And I would ask too, and Danny, you're probably going to be all over this, but since we're live now, I had pinned Mitch's link at the top of my chat for folks to follow us over to the Cam Fam later on after we're done. Now that's gone because we had to start this up. So if somebody will share the link to the Cam Fam Live right after this, I would greatly appreciate it. All right, so with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and bring the guys on up here.
Yeah, it created a new live.
On
Yeah,
all our
so
stuff.
hopefully people are going over to that. But hey, everybody, those who came over to the new one.
Appreciate y'all coming in. And here he comes.
That's right, baby. I'm back. Well, we're all back. We weren't here last week, so.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Jason sent the things. Sorry for the refresh, but we are here. So I think it went to all of our channels.
All right, we're here, boys. We're here. People are making a way. We got like 14 in here, so we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So is everybody having vacation hangover?
Yeah, they're saying hello again on the different channels and stuff.
Let me see. I'm going to hide that video from my feed so that hopefully folks will just show up to this one. We'll see how that works. Hopefully everybody will make it over. Yeah, I'm still dealing with vacation hangover a little bit.
I'm not. I had school all week.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're dealing with the regular school weekend, but we have been tired in the Coker house all week. Just, I don't know what it is, but we were just there for the weekend, but I've been tired. Jess, of course, had to go back to work, and then Chad with his surgery, he has been worn out this weekend. Ty's not tired though, in case anybody was wondering.
I still hear Ty's background music from last week in my sleep.
Y'all don't even understand, for those of you that weren't there. If you haven't seen Raymond's video that he put out, was that earlier today that went out? Or was that
yesterday? Yeah, yesterday.
So he put out his Sir Henry's video yesterday, and you hear Ty at the beginning of it doing this rendition of Jurassic Park, very off key, very on purpose.
He's like, I can't find it.
G-Dad has called Jess because he can't find the new stream.
Oh no.
Of course he called Jess. I love it.
Well, he knows that we're live. That's fantastic.
Oh, yeah, that is true. I was just thinking how Jess is his favorite. So
hopefully he'll make his way in here.
Hold on a second. Help G-Dad.
Okay, G-Dad. You're on speaker with the nerd.
We got G-Dad on the live.
G-Dad's on live.
Hey, who didn't pay the bills to get y'all on
He
live?
said, "Who didn't pay the bills?"
Well, it's funny you say that. Tomorrow is the day that our payment comes out. I don't know what happened. It just glitched on us
Well, tell them how to get there.
when we hit go live. But the way you get there is if you go to any one of our channels right now, it should be the first thing that pops up.
Okay, I got you now. Good God, it didn't help any of y'all get any better looking. That's for sure.
Yeah, that is for sure. Us coming off a break, we probably all gained weight.
Did Jason grow some hair, or is that a hat on the backwards or something?
That's a hat on backwards. Jason definitely didn't grow any hair.
Oh, G-Dad's on the show.
Smile ass so I can see you.
I got red behind me. I do have on a black shirt today.
Yep, black shirt, but oh my gosh.
That's funny.
So, anyway, besides that detour, Ty singing the Jurassic Park song, you get a snippet of it in Az's video, but he did that all night. And
I tried to match it and make it into actual music. I couldn't.
oh, it got old
I'm sure he would
fast that night.
It's so funny because, you know, he wasn't just by Raymond. He was leaning against Raymond most of the night, like using him like a pillow or a prop. And he said he was doing his background music. Music
so
to
I
the
left
background
him
music.
as the background music in some of the scenes instead of putting actual music in it.
Yeah, I go, no need. You have it.
I
provided by Ty.
couldn't match it and make it better.
If you want to see what we'll do it
Oh, it was funny. I thought it was hilarious.
Jess said if you would like a single clip that you can use going forward, I'm sure that we can film that and send that to you and that he would comply.
As a musical clip to put in there.
I need to run them through auto tune though, so I can get them on.
Auto tune Ty and let's get him on there. Well, I've just finished up my Lakeland Antique Mall video editing wise today, so that will come out tomorrow. Many of y'all have probably already seen it on the channel. And then I got these two Yahoos as collaborators on there. So
I don't even know how that works. What do we do? Can we can I add to your video?
I don't think you can edit or anything like that, but what it does is it'll show up on all three of our channels.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it's a way of essentially like think like Facebook, where you can tag that you're with somebody and it'll show up on their feed.
Yeah.
So even if you're not friends with them, their friends can see it. It's the same thing with YouTube collaborations. Like it essentially will put it on your page like you published it. And so your viewers have the opportunity to watch it and it counts towards your views. But it also counts towards the views of the host channel as well. So it's a win-win for anybody involved, you know, that kind of wants to help out in that regard. So
that's awesome.
And I figure folks will, you know, want all of our perspectives and stuff like that on this trip. So they'll be able to see.
Speaking of perspectives, what do y'all think of the POV videos I did?
That was pretty cool. I was telling Dixie I want some of the Meta. I want a pair of the Meta glasses now. That's really cool.
It was the Stardust one was really something, but it was nice to see the Hiccups Wing Gliders post too, because we only got to ride that once.
Yeah.
Where Stardust, we rode probably 6 or 7 times while we.
What's funny is when I did Stardust, and I'm at some point. I mean, I never worried about them coming off. But there were a couple of times I felt like they rattled a little, and I was like, okay. So I kind of just put my hand onto my ear and just kind of held on to them.
I was wondering about that.
Well, they didn't move at all, but I started thinking, okay, if these flew off, that's $1,000 gone.
I was like, that's taking a big risk. Right?
So do you have a newer pair?
These are my normal whatever glasses.
Those are his readers.
No, these are my real glasses, but the other ones, I got the Metas. Really, Metas were just for POV, because POV is such a big thing of what like I do with like my videos with like hats and stuff. Yeah. And then I thought, if I can do these on the stinking rides, that would be awesome.
Yeah, especially because Universal, you know, they're pretty staunch, unlike Disney, for you shouldn't film on the ride, you can't film on the ride. Well, That's an easy way for creators to get around that until at some point they will probably crack down and say you cannot wear meta glasses.
Meta glasses on there,
But
yeah.
but right
Sure, that's
now,
coming.
they haven't done that. It's a fine line to walk with people that need them and trying to figure out, are they meta glasses, are they not? All the cruise ships have already said you cannot wear meta glasses on board.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's actually been in the news over the last couple of weeks. I've heard
Oh, really?
several folks in the community have been talking about it. Yeah, that you cannot wear meta glasses for privacy reasons of folks not wanting to be filmed that way. So because you have no idea if they are filming or what's going on. So all right, let's see how quick I can roll through the chat, guys, and then we'll get to talking about our trip. Well, first, and I can't show it, but Mike was first. Mike showed up around 4. And I told the guys before we started, Mike originally showed up sometime yesterday, but it didn't save. And then because of the new stream, it also did not save. But first in the chat is Miss Danny coming on over.
Yeah, Danny came over quickly. I love it.
Danny don't miss a thing.
No.
And then Scott was not too far behind her. So welcome in, Scott. And Mitch and Taryn, and maybe the girls are in as well.
Wearing a black shirt, Kevlin. I had to today, though. It's my Sir Henry shirt.
I have missed my Cam Fam. I'm not going to lie. I have missed my Cam Fam. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys here in about 45 minutes. Mr. Barry made it in. Welcome in, Barry. Howdy, howdy, howdy. And then
that howdy's. Sorry, I know you're trying to get through the chat, but that howdy, have you guys seen the Toy Story 5 trailer?
With Woody?
Yeah, yeah.
Please tell me how that's supposed to work when he's a toy.
I love it, though. That's
it's funny as all get out, but come on now.
Yeah.
And then there's Mike's official welcome in. So Mike made it over. And then Danny, of course, already taking care of things. Yep. Thank you, Danny. I see where you posted CamFam's link. Much appreciated. Double A is in the house. Welcome in, Double A. Hey, look what Double A comes in here singing, y'all. Look, this has been in my head all week long. I've watched maybe 6 or 7 Sir Henry's vlogs, and without a doubt, every single one of them that gets Fang singing, they're singing this song. Like, I even looked at Jess and I said, did they only sing the one song? And she was like, no, they sung 2. And I finally heard the second song today. But man, the turtleneck sweater song, it's so easy to get stuck in your head.
What's the guitarist guy? He was actually playing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was. Yeah, their guitarist was actually playing, and of course the 2 guys were actually singing. So I mean, it was a legit performance.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Yeah, I saw it in your video. I was like, "That's awesome."
I'm so mad that I recorded that, but my audio. I'm so mad that I had audio clipped to Sarah the whole night because I should have just turned it off. Because when I got home, it made editing a nightmare because of. I mean, her and Jess, I love that they talked all night, but it was every video.
I wish they would do somehow. I guess you said they're a newer pair to make it to where it's multi-channeled.
Yeah, they got to do
you would be one channel, she would be another one, so that way you can just completely
go through and edit
her out. Yeah.
That would be good.
By the way, you can buy the shirts, Zach. I just looked at Sir Henry's store. We were talking about the fact that I regretfully did not, but I almost want to get one of these hoodies though. So I'm going to probably purchase one of these tonight. I'm looking at the one you have on, Ascalon, and I think
Love's Revenge shirt for this
that's
year.
Such a good one. That's such a good one, and
that's what Chad got.
I didn't, but I didn't see some of those in there. I saw a lot of those glitter ones. And
yes, those were right when you walked in. The other shirts were all up against the back wall.
It was so busy when I went in there, which is good for them. But
yeah, it's great.
And there was a Poppy shirt too. That was really cool.
I wanted to get a chance to talk to the mom that's working the store, but it was just too crowded.
Yeah, she's the cashier there, and she is that's Zach's mom, and she is the sweetest lady.
I wish I'd gotten to talk to her.
She recognizes us whenever we come, and she's just like, "It's my Georgia folks." I'm like, yeah, it is.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh, I was going to say something. I totally.
Sorry.
Huh? Oh, it was something about the audio. I noticed it happened once in my vlog on Thursday, and then as I was going through the Lakeland Antique Mall, there are segments where I'm filming and there is no audio. So something with the mic was
If it's
messing up.
if
Oh
it's
yeah,
not
because that happened
on,
in your Sir Henry's one at the
And
beginning
yeah.
when we were scare acting.
it happened in 3 or 4 of my Lakeland videos, but which doesn't surprise me since that's when I was really using it for the first time and trying it.
Yeah.
So I had to do some voiceovers for that. I haven't watched any of the Disney Springs clips yet to see if it does it there. So I've just got to get better with
you got to get
checking.
used to it. And sometimes if you've not turned, sometimes that little thing will turn off. But if you look at your thing that's plugged in, sometimes I can get jostled a little loose too. Because I had a really nice segment where after we did the roller coaster, I had Ellie. Ellie wanted to talk to me about her hard thing because she didn't want to ride. She didn't want to ride the Stardust Racers. And she goes, I want to talk to you about this was a really hard thing for me. I was so scared and this was my hard thing. And I thought, that audio's her just talking. I thought, you know what I need to do? Just get on and go, oh, I was so scared. Then I'm not. I thought about
Just
just
be
getting
you.
there. I thought about like changing the voiceover.
That's hilarious.
All right, let's see here. Mr. Chet is in the house. Chet's eating a lovely dinner. If it's ready, they just cooked it. That's what they did on their live tonight. They were cooking chicken croquettes.
Crochet.
Chet said it wrong like 80 times on there, so I'm having to remember. But yes, I'm a qualified monster. Ascalon's a qualified monster. Jason has always been, but he didn't act this.
It was such a great night, y'all. Listen, Mike is such a, so first we met Mike. For all of you guys that know, we met early and went to the Lakeland Antique Mall, looked around, got to talk to Mike, and I gave him a big old hug. I didn't even know if that was, I just said, man, I'm hugging Mike. So I got a big old hug for Mike. But then, we went out to dinner and, of course, during dinner, he's just such a good dude.
Yep,
And
Mike's the best.
What's crazy is when we got to Sir Henry's, it was a different.
How
night.
He flipped the switch and
Bro,
he is in character, baby.
in the
He
night
is
mode.
the Jacques of Spades, Jacques of Hearts. Sorry,
Jock of Hearts.
yeah, the Jacques of Hearts. I mean, y'all, for real, like he
So
turned me
what
into
was
a different dude.
that card graphic, Jason, that you made that you showed us? What
Oh,
was
let
that
me-
for?
That was just
That
for-
was really cool. I went
Mike's
back
got a
and saw
trading
that.
card. That's what that is.
Okay.
It should be a trading card. It should be.
Yeah, I was like, that was really cool. That would be really cool for like a deck of cards. Like Sir Henry should
agree.
sell a deck of cards
You know
like
what?
that.
That was
right?
so funny you said that. Is that I would love to get with the guy that took those photos and pull that up somehow. And be
Well,
like,
hey, the themed shots guy is the one that was using the umbrella mic,
okay,
the balloon
well,
mic, or
Okay.
whatever it was.
Okay,
So,
the one that blew up the lighting, had the
yeah,
blow
the
up
one that you
lights
were
or whatever.
talking to ahead of time, Jason. So that's the guy that you could get with
Ah.
to see about.
If I could get that from him, that would be
But he's-
stinking amazing.
I don't know what socials he's on, but he's his Instagram handle is themed shots, and that's who they
Really?
use. Yeah, that's who they use each and every time. And his
Okay.
stuff, as you've seen, it turns out great.
Oh, it's
That's
it's so
crazy. That
good.
light that he has that it
Yeah.
inflates. That's really cool.
Yeah,
I've never
it's so
seen
funny.
anything like that until then.
That's the kind of photos that I got to do for when I was working and doing stuff for the Renaissance Festival, and I got to go in there and take my lighting in there. Now, there's never anything like late evening like that. I would have loved to have done some photos of the knights and the jousters at nighttime, but I got some phenomenal shots of the jousting. The ladies, they really wanted me to focus on the ladies, but I mean, there were some great photos out of that, and I mean, I would love to be able to do some stuff but they don't need anybody. That guy's fantastic.
Yeah, he does incredible work.
He really does.
Oh, look, Miss Mandy has made it in. We got to see Mandy yesterday. Jess got to meet Mandy for the first
Oh,
time.
that's cool. How did that happen?
I let her know we went out to Cumberland Mall
Okay.
yesterday, and that's right in Mandy's backyard where she lives. And so I let her know, and she came over and went around with us at the mall for a little bit and got to talk and chat. And we're actually, we'll see Mandy 3 weekends in a row, because this coming weekend, we are going to meet up with her and Eddie and his wife over at the NFA Burger place. And so because Mandy loves it, we enjoyed it. We did a vlog on it, and then Eddie's wanted to try it, so we're going to go over there. All right, here's Jason. Finally got it. Here's the Jacques of Hearts card he made.
That is so cool.
That would be a cool. Listen, that should be what he gives out signed. He should sign that.
We should.
Yeah, they should do a whole deck of cards for that and put the Queen of Hearts on the Queen one for the Hearts one.
Yeah, that would be
so
just
cool.
the main players. Yeah.
Look, and then there's Greg. Greg making his way in here with a best remove them.
I guess that's about the meta glasses.
Oh my, yeah, I know. So yeah, it's so funny. But listen,
if you're wearing hats or glasses,
best remove them. Yeah,
good old Big Thunder.
Old Greg George. Listen, he was, as Greg advertised.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Greg is awesome.
You almost had Zach pee his pants a couple of times, especially when I was doing my outro. He's walking behind us, roaming back and forth in the background.
Just the whole time, all of us were doing those outros right there. That
my gosh, yeah,
ridiculous.
Yeah, he was cracking me up.
I'm kind of mad I didn't do one with everybody, because I originally had a different idea for the video than what I actually ended up doing. So,
and if you watch his new vlog, which came out today, you get to see where we told him to go.
Oh yeah, okay, all right, yeah.
Well, I watched it. I've already seen it, so yeah.
Yep.
I haven't seen it yet.
It was a great vlog too.
Yeah, I've been watching
look
YouTubers.
Who commented, folks.
Oh,
Miss Donna is in the chat.
Whoa,
that's Miss Mike.
This is Miss Mike is in the chat. Coming in now that she's heard our voices forever, and now she look. Did you see this? This is great, Miss Mike. That's fantastic. Oh, look! Somebody's a little tardy to the party. Uncle Dave is in the house, followed by G-Dad.
G-Dad finally made it. Good job.
G-Dad made it in. Miss Josie Ann is here. Let's see. Who said it, Mandy? Who said it? Please let us know who said it. All right. Everybody saying hi. Oh, this is sad. Mike, why do you have to throw him out like that?
Oh, okay. Because that's what I was trying to figure out in the video, but I didn't think he was playing, but I was like,
what is this?
So Greg did a video where he was looking at old cars, and he said he always wanted to dress up like Mad Max. He wanted to be dressed up like Mad Max. So I said, Mad Greg Beyond Ventures.
Please tell me you sent that to Greg.
Yes, and all I got was an LOL. So shame on you, Greg. That was amazing.
When do you have time to do all this stuff?
He can do it like that too. That's what's ridiculous.
It was so good that he then came back and said he wanted to. He said he loved this one. So look at this one.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I remember him mentioning something about Kit, the Lakeland Antique Mall.
Now that is hysterical because of his vlog today. He saw 2 or 3 different kits.
Yes. So anyway,
Hey, Greg, these are shirt ideas for your new shop, man.
1,000%. I want Greg to, if you need anything, Greg, I got you.
Well, I got to show this. Cause I know it's down at the bottom, but I actually like the Night Rider one a little bit better.
That one is pretty awesome.
It's pretty good. I thought I like the Beyond Adventures by George.
Yeah, you got a tear worked up on me there, Jason. That's fantastic.
Yeah, he fit in really well with us. So
of course he did. Look, Mike, even Mike didn't get one of the shirts. See, now that makes me
Aw.
feel a little better, Mike. But you have an excuse. You were busy the whole time.
Yeah.
There was no way for you to go shop in the swag shop.
I got to tell you something funny that happened. Mike doesn't even know this happened, but he went up. Well, I guess while he was getting ready to come up and interact with us, but we're over there by the snow cones, and there was this one guy with his wife, and this guy didn't look like he was having a good time. He was not good time Gary at all. And he walks up, and the Jacques of Hearts comes up and smacks, his knife on the back of that axe right towards the back of that guy. And I mean, that guy, he was not happy. Of course, his wife turned around, her girlfriend turned around, kind of interacted with him. And, the Jacques of Hearts was like, "Do you have love?" And this guy didn't budge. He didn't want to turn around. He was so mad that it happened.
Jess remembers that.
Yes, he was not happy that happened. I thought, get over yourself, buddy. He's the Jacques of Hearts.
Not to mention you're at a haunted event. What do you expect?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that was something I kind of wanted to talk about scare acting with some of the people that came through, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah.
Greg had some glitchy audio from the video he put out. I ended up just cutting some of the stuff from the Lakeland Antique Mall, so I didn't have to voice over it too. And then Greg asked thoughts on the Mando and Grogu trailer.
Was there a newer one? Because I've seen one.
They put out two. The first one,
okay.
The first one was not that impressive. The second one was very impressive.
Okay, because I've only seen the first one.
Yeah, the longer trailer, that one made me want to watch it.
Well, we're gonna see it regardless.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it.
I mean, we love it, but yeah, the second one got me hyped. The first one did nothing for me.
Okay, I need to check out the second one then because I totally missed it. I've been watching people play Poppy Playtime Chapter 5.
Me too.
Myself. So that's what I've been kind of doing the last day or so.
I was watching Gab Smolders play it.
That's what I'm watching. I started watching Jay from the Cub Scouts play it, but her video is like twice as long, so I figured she was going to show all the lore stuff.
Gab's was like 5 hours.
Yeah,
and
about an hour into it.
I got about 2.5 hours into it, and the boys come in, and they're like, "You're watching Poppy?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "I want to see what it's about." And they were like, "You're not watching Think." And I said, "You're right. I should be watching."
Oh, Think Noodles did one?
Think Noodles did it, and we love Think Noodles. That guy is phenomenal. So I went back and found Thinks because they watch Thinks, and I've got 20 minutes left on that, and his is only like 3.5 hours.
Okay.
So his is a lot shorter than every other one I've seen out there.
I just like Gab because sometimes I need somebody a little more chill.
Well, yeah, and most girl gamers are like that. They're not gonna, and she is very even keel the whole time, which is awesome.
So
hey, Mike says he can put you in touch with Theme Shots.
Okay,
nice,
yeah. That would be I'd love that.
But I was gonna say really quickly before we leave Poppy Playtime completely, I'm working on a video. I have the script already made. I just got to record it. Why I refuse to play those games, the rest of them on my channel after playing the first and part of the second. That was like my thumbnail for this video.
Look at us, all caricatures there. That's pretty awesome, though. I like that.
Yep. I like that you've got red hair, Zach.
Look, I made my cheeks extra big too. Like,
you got some dimples. You got some dimples.
Okay, we'll call them dimples then.
See, Greg says, I read today that after Big Thunder's finished, they're going to revamp Space Mountain and Tomorrowland. Yeah.
Making it like Tokyo, like San Francisco would be awesome.
Wow. Okay.
Tomorrowland.
So what are y'all's thoughts on, them getting rid of Rip Ride Rocket and bringing in Tokyo Drift?
Buy Rip Ride Rocket. I hated that ride.
Well, I never liked that. However, as much as I like that series, I do not enjoy the Fast and Furious ride that we currently have.
It sucks.
But I know this will be a different thing, but is there a plan to get rid of that one?
Yes, the second that the roller coaster is up, that's gone.
They're getting rid of Supercharge.
Yeah, Supercharge.
I like Supercharge better as a haunted house queue.
For sure, but I'm almost thinking that needs to be another Harry Potter-ish type thing.
No. It needs to be something completely different.
Yeah, I agree.
There's enough Potter in every
Dude,
I
park.
don't
It
know what
needs to
they
be
can
something
do. What
different.
other franchises are pretty big?
There's a lot that they could do with that
Universal
area.
Did they bring Jaws back?
They could.
Hey,
I
I'll be
mean,
okay with that. I love
and
Jaws.
of course the hopefuls are like Back to the Future, Back to the.
I-
I don't. If they have, there's been nothing relatable today
That's the
aside from the
thing.
musical. You're talking about stuff that was 30 years ago or 40 years ago now.
Yeah.
I'd love that. Is it going to happen? Probably not. Look at the newer Universal stuff,
Yeah.
and they own Netflix properties.
That's what I was thinking. I thought so. Okay.
you can put some different stuff in there. I'm
Oh,
curious
Stranger
as to where they
Things.
but Rip Ride Rocket was always a big thing for us because that for the longest time was our height measurement system with the boys of you're almost tall enough for Rip Ride. Even though, it was 51 and Hulk's 54, Rip Ride was that first big mountain. So we always remembered when Chad got there, when Ty got there. Is it a great coaster? No, it was a lot better when you had a million options as to what you could listen to.
I like that aspect.
When they got rid of it and made it to where you just had one choice per genre or something like that, it killed the ride for me.
Yeah.
So I'm very much looking forward to Tokyo Drift. I don't like the franchise either. I'm not a Fast and the Furious fan.
Oh, come on. They're so much fun.
We hate ride Supercharged.
Oh my gosh.
Because even the boys are like, God, this is awful. And so that's why we ride it, because nobody's ever on it.
Yeah.
And so it's like, let's go ride this so we can make fun of it while we're riding
And
it.
to get out of the heat for a little bit.
I mean, and like we'll throw quotes out there like The Rock being like, "Come on, Cookie Puss." That's just something that we'll say in the house and stuff like that. So it's a hate ride for us.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that idea. Like they were like, okay, we got the technology from Kong. Let's replicate that.
Well,
It works for Kong, not for that.
No, it doesn't really work for Kong, but here's where it works. It works on the tram tour out at Universal Hollywood.
Yeah, okay.
Because both the Kong ride and Supercharged are part of the tram tour. You experience both rides while you're on the tram.
Yeah, I experienced that with the Minecraft game that I played, and I've never ridden the one in Hollywood.
Think about how much more you're getting on top of those two things with the tram tour than you are. It makes it so much better.
So you don't like it for Kong? I like Kong. Okay.
Kong, we've never really liked either. Didn't care for it when it was a 4D thing. Don't care for it now that it's 2D. Kong was good and relevant when they actually still had scare actors in the queue.
Yeah.
And that was awesome.
I will agree with everything. I don't hate it. I'm glad they took the glasses. I'm actually really happy they're getting rid of the glasses. That is, I think, what makes me sick, because I don't get sick on the Haunted Mansion, the Monsters Unchained. Chained. I don't get sick on that. I don't get sick on anything else. But every once in a while, even on the rides that don't typically make me sick, I'll get a little bit something. I think it's those glasses.
The only problem I have with Kong, and outside of the glasses, I'm glad those are gone, but it is hard to see certain things depending on where you're sitting, because there are some scenes, the one with the dinosaurs, where there's things happening on both sides.
Right.
It is kind of hard to see, but as a whole, though, I like the concept for that ride way more than
it was way better when they had
Fast and
scare
Furious.
actors in there, but literally they couldn't even get kids and parents to get to the ride swap because kids were terrified.
See, and we always have Express, so I never really went through the main
it was
queue except,
amazing.
one
And listen,
time.
they scared the bejeezy out of you. I mean,
Okay, that's cool. See, I never knew they had that, really.
Yeah, it was way back in the early days.
Yeah.
All right, Crazy Joe has made it in. Welcome in, Crazy Joe.
Crazy Joe has some comments that I can't wait for you to get to about.
Crazy Joe says, "Give us a Star Trek ride." That would get Greg to Universal more. Greg doesn't go to Universal.
Oh yeah, I would love something like that.
Mike will volunteer to be a main character on any new attraction. All right, Ron has made it in. Welcome in, Ron. Happy Sunday to you. Mike says, "I really am a Fast and Furious fan, but just the first few movies."
Yeah. They've gotten
All
a little
right.
crazy.
I mean, the first
Yes.
movie, you know, is more about the street racing. Now they're like
Yeah.
cops, essentially.
So
You know,
Joe
secret
says, you know
agents.
what ride people complain about, but it's a ton of fun. Jimmy Fallon, really fun, and for some reason everyone bleeps on it. But it's so much better than the awful Twister attraction. That
Okay.
oh Joe, you had me
Okay.
till that.
Yeah, like I love Jimmy Fallon. It's such a fun ride. I like the Twister one. I remember going to that a couple of times as a kid, and I like the sound stage, and I like,
I enjoyed
you know, it's not
Twister.
a ride, but I miss that, and I miss Earthquake too.
But yeah, and yes, now there's no question. Confrontation was
That
fantastic.
one was really cool. Yes,
And if you're comparing it to the current Kong, yeah, I agree.
I would say that one is better, but I don't hate the current Kong.
Greg, I love how I asked the question about updating Tomorrowland and you guys pivoted to Universal. So Tomorrowland, it does need updating. In
It
fact, a
does.
lot of Magic Kingdom needs updating, which thank goodness they're finally coming around to.
Yeah.
You know, Buzz Lightyear's been under maintenance for a while already, so I think they're doing a complete refurb there.
If you're gonna
Good.
charge that much money for passes and tickets, there is no reason things should be outdated and just crazy. There's no reason.
Now, let me preface this with the outdated term. Do not, do not, do not touch Carousel of Progress. You touch Carousel of Progress, you get rid of Carousel of
Okay.
Progress. I'm going to be like those Save Splash Mountain folks at that point. Because
Can I say one thing about Carousel though? Wait. Hear me out.
Careful.
Hear me out.
Careful.
The last room does need updating.
I
It
agree.
still looks like 80s and 90s. That last room needs updating. Outside of that, I'm good.
I love that. I love the show. It's not even a ride. Sure, you're moving from theater to theater, but let me sing my song and let me enjoy my air conditioning for 20 to 25 minutes with Mr. John Progress. And
I agree.
whoa.
Yeah, I just saw that too.
Are you serious? We're getting a
Please,
robo
no.
wall? Just like that. I thought they hated that thing out in Disneyland. No.
Greg's got all the news.
Greg knows.
Did you guys even
Greg
notice I
knows.
changed my name for tonight?
Yeah.
Mr. Tryhard. Yeah, of course we noticed. How could we not? That's the new moniker. Speaking of Mr. Tryhard, where's our boy Jake? I thought we'd have Jake here tonight.
Listen, that guy, he's texted me on through Facebook a couple of times. We were supposed to go back the other night when we were one of our last nights there, but we went to that Italian restaurant, y'all. That place was, I mean, most of those places are, but that Italian place, it was good. But listen, it was super duper expensive. Super expensive.
Greg says RoboWalt is going to be introducing the carousel. Okay, that I can deal with.
So is it going to be like?
But Joe says bulldoze the Hall of Presidents.
Bulldoze the Hall of. Actually, I never did Hall of Presidents as a kid, and Dixie and I did it for the first time, I think, on our honeymoon, which we went back in 2016. We went about a year after we got married, and I enjoyed it. I guess that would have been pre-Trump. I think the next time we went, they had it closed to put Trump in there.
Here's what I will say, as a history teacher: if you were going to take time at Disney World to do something related to U.S. history and getting that, see the American experience at Epcot. That is more.
I like that too.
That is more worth your time and more entertaining than the Hall of Presidents. Yeah. And that's all I will say on that.
Yeah, we did that one for the first time then too.
We are at the bottom of the chat. Let's talk about Sir Henry. Let's talk about Sir Henry. So, at this point, the Sir Henry's experience is old hat for me. So I want you guys to talk about your experience being first timers.
I mean, I've already said it in, I think, Jason's video, maybe even yours. I really enjoyed it. Like it was so cool. Finally, like I knew I was gonna like it already because watching all of your vlogs about it, Zach, for the
Oh,
past
yeah.
few years. But it was really cool finally getting to be there in person, and I loved what all that Zach has created down there. Like that is just a different Zach. For those of you who don't know, that is just so amazing, and it was really cool. The first night, I'm glad we went through the trails first, the first night, and then of course, getting the scare act the next day was really cool. But I really enjoyed myself. I love how they send you in groups. I like that better than HHN because I got to see a lot of the scares.
Mhm.
Whereas normally when I go to HHN,
Unless
especially
you're
with
walking with
Dixie,
Greg. If you're walking with Greg, Greg is he's fast walking Freddy.
yeah. Well, usually like at HHN, Dixie is behind me, and then I got another group right in front of me. And so I typically see the group in front of me getting scared, and then they get Dixie because they know they can get her. And I don't really get scared a whole lot while I'm
No.
at HHN. So
I did
that
not
was
get scared with Greg, and I never got scared, period. However, when Greg was in there, Greg was already having a full-on conversation with scare actors. He was already like, gibbering and jabbering with them. So by that, so Sarah loved it, So Greg, for record, my wife was like, Greg, she was so happy that Greg walked in front of us because he was speed walking. So it was like the scares were an echo, you know what I mean? But I would agree with you. I don't know if you're finished, but
well, no, you
no,
chime in.
I think the pulsing, which is what they called it, pulsing you through. I love that. I'm a slow leader of a group because I like to let people get into a room and then the scare happens because
Yeah.
my wife hides behind me, so I'm always like, oh, and I'm like, I try to like slow down because I love hearing her yell and go on.
Yeah.
And
And
I
so you
love
can't do that at HHN.
No,
And I know I
it
keep
can't.
comparing it to HHN, but
It's
that's the
easy
only other
to.
haunted experience I've been to down in Florida. So
And it's a good one to compare it to because I'm sure that's who Zach is kind of comparing the experience to as well because
I
he
don't think
plays.
there's any comparison. I hate to say it to you, but like in a good way, like
Yeah.
there's no comparison of Halloween Horror Nights with the Haunted Trail at all. Like it is a whole different thing. Like I really felt like I was part of an adventure. I was part of I was a part of the show. I love how personalized it is. I
yeah.
love how they, I mean, I think at one time some guy was giving me crap about my beard and stuff like that. He was like, even your crappy beard's not gonna save you. They're gonna, and I
Yeah.
thought,
That
okay,
common
okay.
area is really cool, which HHN, they have the scare zones, but they don't fully interact with you
Yeah, I
like they
think
do
if they
more so.
allowed
for
them to
Henry's.
do that, that could put Halloween Horror Nights on a different level. If it
Yeah.
would allow them to be like, have you seen my brains? Have you
Because
seen that?
the scare zones at HHN, they only interact with me because I'm filming.
Sure.
Yeah.
Usually
Okay,
when I
yes.
go there. And so they'll
Yes.
get in my face and, say stuff then, but they keep moving. It's not like we have a conversation. Like we were able to record conversations
Oh
with
yeah, they
the
Yeah.
follow you.
Sir
They
Henry's
follow you. Like
actors.
they followed us when we were walking, and you would
Yeah.
like, is this surround sound? No, this dude was right behind us going, he was still talking, or a girl was talking, whatever. I thought they did a really good job. And I mean, I don't know, and what's unbelievable to me is that everybody there is a volunteer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That
is so cool.
is incredible. Now,
Better.
It just makes it even better in my
it really
opinion.
Yeah.
is.
They're
And
there because they love it.
They're passionate about it. They're not there just for paycheck.
Mhm.
So,
I hope that there are some benefits to it for these guys.
well, yeah, I'm
and
sure
gals.
like a lot of people are getting experience there.
Are they
Um,
taking it, transferring it into other
yeah.
things? Are
And
they?
they do have bigger actors there at Sir Henry's, right? That do other things. Like you said, the Spider Girl, she does HHN, right?
Yeah,
The
Bree
girl.
and Keegan both do some stuff with Universal, either HHN or Mardi Gras, because they're both stilt walkers.
Yeah.
So they have the ability to do that, which is fascinating to me because I think they're both seniors in high school. So where you
Wow.
learn how
Okay.
to,
I didn't know they were that young.
yeah, well, and I didn't think about this until I watched Dreadpool's video, because he actually did a great one behind the scenes,
Yeah.
Q&A with some scare actors.
Hmm.
A lot of the reason why a lot of them are high school kids, and why being a high school teacher, I never thought of this. they're using this as volunteer hours.
Yep.
Like
That,
it
that
can go
works too.
towards it can go towards their clubs and go
What
towards
about the younger ones? Like,
scholarships.
what's the deal? There were some young kids
Yeah.
Because it's a family thing.
because
So
that's
Yeah.
their parents are acting
you've
and they're
got
allowed,
parents.
just like Chad and Ty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just do it, or their
Yeah.
parents work. Like the girl that played Poppy, I'm pretty sure she's Chad's age, but her dad is one of the security guys.
Yeah.
She might have been a little sweet on Chad. I don't know.
I don't know. She was chasing Ty around all week.
Oh, that's true too. Ty
I'm
runs.
sure she was, anybody remotely close to her age, she
I
was
know.
latching
Just-
on to more
Jessica
so.
said there was a mom and daughter that sat with her and Ty the night that we were acting, whose older daughter was acting on the trail. So yeah, I mean, it's a family environment. It's family friendly for sure, where most of your haunts aren't. But yeah, and I love the fact that Jess is comfortable enough to walk on these trails. She won't do any haunts anywhere else, but she goes on all the trails, and
That's awesome.
she'll still get scared. But
Well, and you got the kids, they're getting volunteer hours, sure, but like some of them are, I mean, that's their resume for like bigger stuff. Like that one, was it the girl that played Poppy before? It was in New York or something?
no,
Or is that a different
no, she didn't play
person?
Poppy. Ash is her name, and she's played several different characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's been really busy with theater, so she does
Yeah.
theater at school.
And see, a lot of them are probably theater
good
students.
actress. Yeah.
Yeah.
So welcome in, your evil mad scientist. See, Greg says, "Hey, I'm usually getting pushed through scare houses because
That's how
what
HHN feels.
we're all used to as well. So it's really nice being able to dictate your own pace and get used to it. Well, I will tell you guys, I invited Zach to join us tonight.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, that'd be pretty awesome if we could get him on here, have him talk about the experience from the owner's side of things and how he felt things went. But that it was a little too short notice. He already had some plans. So my hope is that I can get him on here with us sometime over the next month or so, so that he can promote the Ghost Town in April, because that'll be here before you know it, and as well as talk about the Sir Henry's Vault that they just opened up on their website within the last week, which is a really, really, really cool opportunity.
Yeah, I would love to pick his brain too about, not getting too deep into his secrets, but like creating all of this. Like,
where
what
he
it
comes up
went
with
into, what were some of the things that went into that? Because that's been one of my dreams, to do like some sort of haunted. I'm not saying I'm gonna do one, but like it's been my dream to like be a part of like a haunted house. That's why that was one of the things on my bucket list, like getting the scare act. That was really cool, and I like the staggered groups too from a scare acting perspective, because you kind of can reset for a second.
yeah.
Whereas HHN, is a constant thing, and so you got to be, completely, in and out, scaring. And I mean, it was still pretty steady, with Sir Henry's.
Oh, I mean, when we had crowds,
the last 45 minutes.
You were lucky to get 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Really?
But when it died down and you had more time.
Yeah.
What about Zach
being
being as soon as you walk in the door?
Buddy, let me tell you, there was no rest for me there, because that's first. You're the first person.
You're the first
now,
one.
mind you, my role wasn't really to scare more so than it was to set the table and be a storyteller. But it was still tiresome because it was the most talking I've ever had to do in a role
Yeah,
before.
you had to talk a lot.
And I've not heard yet what Az did.
Okay, so Chad and I were kind of like, I would say, Zach, like halfway, or at least a little more than halfway through.
Yeah, y'all were
Roughly.
about halfway through.
And so, Chad and I were in the same room. And so basically our room was kind of like L-shaped. So when you enter it, you had a guy that scared you in the previous room, which is the Dreadpool guy,
Okay.
with the long hair. And so I had a window, because we were like in a TNT area. So it's supposed to look like it was blown up some. So I had like a blown out piece of the wall, so I could see when anybody entered the previous room from my vantage point. So I knew like people were coming. Let me get ready. And so when they walk in, Chad was in the corner. So as they make the L shape around like these boxes, Chad would come out behind them. and get them. And a lot of times they were looking for Chad because I think, you know, especially if they had been on the trail before,
They
like
knew a
previous
person
night,
had been
they
there.
knew somebody was there. But I was able to get them because I think the other 2 nights they didn't have 2 people in that room. So I had like, there was the 2 boxes that you kind of walked around and then you continued on the path. And then there was a barrel next to it. And so I was next to the barrel right before you entered the next room. And so, yeah, I would stand beside the barrel and get people as they were walking by. So a lot of times it was funny because Chad would get them first and then they're looking back at Chad and then I would get them, you know, from the barrel. And so, you know, Chad and I, we were commoners. So a lot of our stuff was like warnings. But sometimes in haunted houses, like I told Dixie and HHN, the people that are like the regular people in the houses, they scare me the most because like they'll randomly
Oh
yell
yeah,
out
I
something.
get scared by security in HHN more than I do the
Yeah,
actors.
or like, you know, if you got a Stranger Things house, I get scared by Mike Wheeler before I get scared by the
Oh
Demogorgon
yeah,
or
like
whatever.
the year that did the Ghostbusters when he comes out, he's like, he just jumps out with his plasma
Yeah,
gun. I'm like,
From
and
what the
yell
heck?
something. So that's what Chad and I were essentially doing. Speaking of Ghostbusters, a group of guys came through dressed as Ghostbusters.
Yes,
They had equipment and everything that lit up.
the
It was
Really?
really
Orlando
cool.
Ghostbusters showed up, which
Yeah.
was
No
pretty
way.
awesome to
That's
see.
amazing.
So
Okay.
yeah, a lot of times I started off the night kind of yelling more so, but as the night went on, there was a couple of times I scared people just by standing there besides the barrel without even saying anything. But a lot of times I would be like, "No, don't keep going deeper into the kingdom. You're gonna die." You know, because
Oh, I
they're gonna
love it.
take their hearts or whatever and kill them.
Ah, you guys, that was
It
you
was so
know,
much
I
fun.
I don't know how I could have planned that to figure it out. Like I guess what I could have done and what I might do in the future if we ever did that and y'all were doing it again, I would probably want to do the scare. I would want to do a night I do it and then a night I scare and then go over to Universal. I don't
And
know. I got to plan
Yeah,
that out.
you got to do it in the
I had
future.
it. Yeah, y'all are going to be expected to join us now when we.
Oh yeah, no,
when
I'm
you're able to.
down, and
So,
Dixie is wanting to do it too.
so y'all, I haven't said this, so let me go through my spiel so that y'all can hear it. So I rotated back and forth between 2 phrases all night, depending on when folks came through. So my more generic one was as folks came in, you know, and I'm standing there, I'd say, "Greetings, friends," or "Greetings, travelers. I know not from where you come, but heed my warning well. Through this door, no fairy tale. A true wicked king, wretched queen, and heartbroken princesses await.
Nice.
Guard your hearts, for that is what they are after." So that was my more general one, and then I had my. I'm having a little fun with it, and this was really for Ty.
The
'Cause-
first one was the one you said in the video, right?
No.
Okay, no,
This
it
is
was
the
this
one
one.
that
Okay,
showed
okay,
me in the
okay.
video, which was no, you dang fools.
Yeah.
Don't go into the king, or no, stay out of the kingdom. It's no fairy tale. And then I'd go into the rest of the rant there, but you know, that is an ode to oh no, it was, excuse me, no, you dang fool, stay out of the kingdom. The curse is real. They're
Yeah.
after your hearts.
So you did Monster.
It was the
Monster
Monster
Mummy.
Mansion mixed
and
with
Mummy.
the Mummy,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, this is 2 of my favorite lines together. But I only had 2 folks all night that at least expressed to me that they knew it was from the Mummy
Yeah.
when I said that.
Yeah,
They'd be
yeah.
like, "Do I need to look out for the Magi?" And I'm like, "No Magi to save you here. But
Not even the Magi can
That's
save
awesome.
you
you.
now." Yep. So it was pretty good.
Well, yeah, and there was a few people you know, I kind of interacted with. You know, like I scared this one group of girls, and one girl, like when she jumped, then she was like, "What's up?" And I was like, "What's up?" And they were like, "Oh, he said, what's up?"
They
You know,
come
they
through
were
and they want
so
to dap you.
excited.
They're like,
And
"Hey,
then
yeah, can
this
you
one
dap
lady
me?"
was like, "You're cute," and I was like, "Thanks."
Thanks. That's funny.
All right,
So,
look,
Some of
yeah, it was
those
hilarious.
ladies were really, really loud. I mean,
yeah.
there were times that I was like, how in the heck does that lady have a voice? She was
Yeah.
like, she
Look, when
screamed
I
so
got people to say potassium words,
That's
I knew I
Chad's
had
favorite.
'em.
That's Chad's goal. He will count how many people he got to say certain words, and
Yeah.
that's what he can't wait to tell you.
Yeah.
So look, Nexus is back in the house.
What's up, buddy?
Good to see you, Nexus. And then
Yeah.
Mike has a couple good points here. So everybody's volunteers,
Okay.
and there
Yeah.
are skull awards that you win if you do very well and you get recognized at the end.
That's cool.
There are some younger kids without parents, and we always welcome them. And, Ascalon's not tooting his own horn, so I'll toot it for him. He and Chad were part of what was awarded Scene of the Night on Sunday night.
Really?
Yeah, we were
There were
part of that
about
group, so that was
three-
cool.
There were about 3 rooms that were awarded Scene of the Night, like in a row on our trail, and they were a part of. They did not get a skull award for it, but
Yeah,
they have that recognition. But somebody that did get a skull award,
was
Mike
Mike got one that Sunday night. The
Mike
last
got one
night.
while we were there for the
Yeah,
common area.
That was really cool because I was like, "How has Mike not gotten one?"
Right? He's Mike. Look, Zach
So-
also runs a marketing company for attractions,
Okay.
which he does, and it's called Gorilla Haunts.
Okay.
Spelled like guerrilla warfare. So not like the animal, even though they do have the gorilla itself as like a
Oh, that's cool. That's
mascot,
fun.
but Gorilla Haunts, and they have an Instagram and I believe a Facebook as well. And yes, if you follow Sir Henry's Haunted Trail on YouTube, they upload like we do
I've been
here with our
seeing that.
lives.
Yeah.
They upload their podcasts there. You
Okay.
can also listen to the podcast on Spotify, I believe, or anywhere else you can find it.
Okay.
And Mike says the Ghostbusters were for fundraising for charity. Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
And Greg has a question here. How often do they reconfigure the trails?
Mike answered it too.
They change it up every different haunt that you see. It's going to be a little different. Trail 1 and Trail 3, yeah, they're rethemed. But one of them is completely like they just demolished and rebuilt the entire house trail. Trail 2 was completely redone. Trail 3 was the one they redid before that, and the big add-on was the scene with the bones on the wall. And it usually has water coming in and stuff like that. It's been a long time, I think, since Trail 1 was redone, because I think it's pretty much been the same flow.
That was really long too. So.
Yeah, so it's a lot to do.
One really long one.
Yeah. Plus, you've
That
got
was
the
phenomenal.
hayride, which y'all haven't got to experience yet.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah, that first one we went into. I mean, I told you in the video the way we went through them. House 1, 2, 3 to me is how I ranked them, because that first house was unlike anything I'd ever experienced at Halloween Horror Nights. House 2 was great, but that was Greg's favorite one, I think. But
Dreddy joined us.
Yeah, I think 2 was my
Dread
favorite
one.
too.
Yeah,
I like the whole asylum aesthetic
yeah.
to it. But
I
see,
think-
you didn't come Sunday for Trail 3 though, so
Yeah, you didn't get to see
Trail
us
3 would
on
have been different on Sunday.
Yeah, I think Trail. I think the rankings for me. But again, it could be each night. It could be different, I guess, depending on the actors in there, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
a few
No.
changed, but some were the same. But
And
yeah,
you're not scripted to a specific line. Some folks will use the same line over and over, but you can ad lib, as y'all have seen folks do. So Dreddy, let me ask you this. You say Trail 2, but they just redid that entire asylum thing. Are you saying they're getting rid of it completely and are going to do something entirely new inside?
That's interesting.
Or are you meaning another one of the trails? Another thing. Okay, so look, here's Mike, I think may have just answered it. Trail 2 is the mansion and was just redone. It may be Trail 1. So
Okay.
yeah, so we'll see. If Trail 1's redone, it'll still be long, but it'll be nice to see.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, that whole facade you guys saw with the flower shop and where the Queen of Hearts, stuff like that was built
the
specifically for the Ghost Town last year, because that's where they performed the show, and then they've just rethemed it.
That's
to
the last of the
asylum. Wow. So they built the whole big building, and now they're just going to retheme it to something else.
Okay.
So that's impressive. All right, Mandy, have a good week, sweetie. I'm sure you're going over to the Cam Fam, either that or going to bed. We need to be getting over to the Cam Fam too. Or hold on, Dreddy just said, Mike, I guess I was met. We will find out. We'll all find out together. Or like I said, maybe in the next couple weeks, we'll have Zach on here and we can have him tell everybody.
That'll be awesome.
Because I'd love to have that. We've only ever had one guest on the Nerd Herd so far in the year plus that we've been doing this, and that was we had Crazy Joe on here for like 15 minutes before he had to go. So it'd be nice.
Oh yeah, that was the one I wasn't on. Really,
That's why we were like, let's have Crazy Joe come up
Yeah.
and talk about this because Az isn't here. And of course, I don't count the girls show because that's just a whole nother element,
Yeah,
which again we need to do. But all right, let's close out of here so we can all go over to the Cam Fam.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of if there's anything else I want to talk about, but that was pretty much.
Hey,
it
and
for
if there
right
is,
now.
we can always talk about it next week.
That's true. Yep.
Yep.
All right, Mr. Tryhard, close us out of here.
So, along the lines of things that we've been talking about, as far as trying hard things is what we do. But for me, that has been the consistency, and I've really worked really hard. If you've been watching our channel, I've been really trying to put more stuff out, but also just in everything that I'm doing right now, I'm trying to be consistent with everything. But I just want you guys to be excited at the weather. We're hoping it's going to be changing here in the next little bit. Some of the warmer weather hopefully will be coming in. We'll cross our fingers and hope. And then before you know it, it's going to be spring, and we're going to be all outside. Everything's going to be blooming, and that may be a problem for some of you guys. That don't touch a lot of grass. I don't know, maybe, but anyway. I'm just really excited about this next week, getting started, with having a nice week off, feeling relaxed and chilling out. But I really enjoyed hanging out with my buddies this last week. That was so much fun. I'm so glad I met the guys out. We went and ate. We can talk about that next week out for lunch. And I enjoyed that probably as much as any of the time we spent together. So anyway, enjoy your week, guys. We'll see you next week.
Oh yeah, I realized. Yeah, what Jason was kind of saying right at the end. We didn't talk about our lunches. We ate barbecue one day, and then Art Smith's homecoming the next day. So yeah, we definitely need to touch on that next week. I don't have anything profound right now. See, unlike those other two, I had to work this past week. I was at school, but I still had a good time. It just those 4-day weeks, seem pretty long. Right now, I'm just trying to get to spring break. So again, I don't have anything profound, but I'm working on some cool stuff. I got a project in the work for my channel that's probably the most ambitious project I've done on my channel. It involves college football and Madden. So you non-sports gamers out there, you probably want to appreciate it a whole lot. But you sports gamers out there, I think you'll enjoy it. Hopefully. So I'm working on that currently and hoping to get the first episode of that out pretty soon. But yeah, just keep chugging along, and summer will be here before you know it. And take some trips, have a good time. We'll see you guys next week.
I'm curious what Az's sign is referring to tonight, being a UPS
Oh,
driver at night. I said
that's
that's a
Wednesday's
new game
premiere.
coming.
Wednesday's premiere.
Looking forward to that. Just to catch up on some things in the chat. Yes, Mike, we do need to have you on here as a guest host of the Nerd Herd. That would be a lot of fun. I saw Uncle Dave say that we wouldn't want him as a guest. We could have you as a guest, Uncle Dave. We just have to have that censor button ready. It wouldn't be as bad as having G-Dad on, but it'd still be pretty rough having Uncle Dave up here. But thank you all so much for coming in. I am going to steal a carrot of wisdom from G-Dad tonight, of all people, to say this, but he's 100% correct. And when we went to visit him earlier today, G-Dad said, you got to choose happiness. It's not just going to come to you. There's no pill that you can take to make you happy. All the depressants and things like that, or the antidepressants, I should say. You can take them, but it's a mental thing. It's a decision that you have to make. You wake up and you say, I am going to be happy today. You think of psychologists and psychiatrists and the way that they try to help you. And mostly it's through introspection, making you look in to find the problem for yourself. So it's all up here. So choose happiness, choose happiness, choose happiness this week. We cannot wait to see you again next Sunday night. Same bat time, same bat channel. Hope that you will all head over with us to the Cam Fam and their live. And we will see you next week, folks. Have a great one.
Bye.